everyone and welcome to my prom week. I am going to be uploading a video on my channel every day this week from Monday to Friday, all about prom. I'm going to give you advice on dresses, makeup, what you've got to take, you name it, I'm going to be talking about it. But today I'm going to be kicking off prom week with a classic Q&A because I think that's a really good way to get a lot of information out there in one go. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. The first question is from Chloe and she says, how did you know what dress to pick? The dress that I actually ended up having was the first one that I saw on the internet. I tried a few on, I went to a few different prom dress shops, so gradually I narrowed down what suited me. And it just so happened that every time I tried on a dress, I would think, it's not as nice as the first one. So I think as long as you find one that you like generally, you can try on dresses in that style. So I would say start browsing the internet like now. No time is too early. To have a look at different styles and see which ones you like. You could also try and narrow down the colours a little bit so you know what sort of colour you're going to look for. I think when you go shopping you've got to keep an open mind and try on all styles and all colours because you might be surprised. But if you go in with a sort of vision of something you would like, then it's going to cut down the time it takes you to find a dress by a lot. The next question is, I need help. I don't know where to get my perfect dress. I'm 5'2". Give me some tips, please. You might want to stay tuned because tomorrow's video is going to be very, very helpful for that. But I think where you're actually going to get your dress from, it depends on how much you're looking to spend. You could start having a look in high street stores or you could search for high-end stores in your area. But I think that maybe when you first start looking, going into a prom dress shop is really going to be helpful because the women in there can help you and they can find a dress that's perfect for your height. But like I said, come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. The next question is from Millie and she says, I'm tall so I don't really want to wear heels but I think I'd be the only one not wearing heels. What do I do? I was in exactly the same position as you, Millie. I didn't really want to wear heels either because I was going with my best friend and she is little. Leanne, if you're watching, no offence. She knows she's small. I actually went for quite small heels. They were really dainty. I had a long dress so you couldn't really see them anyway. And the heel's probably like this big and I know that's not like the most fashionable thing now, but I felt comfortable in that size heel. I was the same height as everyone else. So I think you could potentially go for a smaller heel. Or of course you could always go for flats. You could wear nude flats, you could go for flats with diamonds on, or you could go like really wacky and wear Converse. Quite a few people actually did that at my prom. If you're wearing a long dress, like I said, you can barely see your shoes anyway, so no one's going to be paying much attention. I think that's the key, just don't worry about what other people are going to think because no one's going to notice. Everyone's too busy thinking about themselves on prom. What did you enjoy the most and dislike about prom? I think I actually enjoyed getting ready more than I enjoyed the actual prom. I loved getting my hair done, my makeup done, I loved putting my dress on, getting my bag ready. All of it was just such a nice experience. And then the thing that I disliked the most, I can't say it's going to be the case for everyone because obviously every school is different, but at our prom it was very cliquey, like friends would stay with friends and no one really mingled. The friendship groups in our year were very obvious. What do you do if you don't have a date / the guy you like is there with another date? You go by yourself, you go with your friends and you have a great time. I went to prom with my best friend. We had originally planned to go with 2 boys, but that plan fell through last minute, so me and Leanne went together and we absolutely loved it. It was so much fun because we didn't have to worry about anything and we have the memory in the car of just the 2 of us and we know that we'll always be friends, so we're always going to have that lovely memory together and there are no intruders on that memory. So I just say go with your friends, enjoy your time there, and don't let little things like that ruin your night because when you look at it in the future, you will regret that you let those things ruin it. So just enjoy yourself with your friends. Do I get a spray tan or just get normal fake tan? I would recommend getting a spray tan. I got one myself. It was the first spray tan that I ever got and it looked so much better than when I tanned myself. Obviously it depends how good you are at tanning yourself. I wasn't that great. I mean, I could do it, but it didn't always turn out perfect. Whereas if you get a spray tan, it's someone professional doing it. You know it's probably going to look okay. And if you have a trial spray tan beforehand as well, you can check that you're happy with how the tan looks. So that is what I would recommend. The next question is, what car did you go to prom in? I went in an old classic car. I'll put a picture of it here. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it was like an old-fashioned car. We didn't go in a limo or a party bus or anything because, like I said, it was just Leanne and myself that went together. When did you get your prom dress? I think I got my prom dress fairly early. I think around February I got mine, purely because I'd seen the one that I liked and I'm really fussy with dresses, so I started looking really early. I honestly was so worried about finding and having to wear a prom dress because for a lot of people it's the first time you've dressed up, you've worn a big dress like that. So I was stressing myself out about it. I searched the internet for hours, but I really had my heart set on this one dress, so I wanted to get in there quickly and get it while I'd seen it. And I also had to get my dress tailored so that it would fit me perfectly. So I had to get it quite far in advance anyway to get the tailoring done. But don't panic if you haven't started looking, because a lot of people don't get it until like April or May. Do you think prom is more enjoyable if you go with a date or friends? Obviously I only have it from one perspective. For both my year 11 prom and my year 13 end of sixth form prom, I chose to go with my friends, and I absolutely loved it because I just think, you know, your friends are going to be in your life for a longer time than a date is, unless obviously it's a boyfriend or something. If you are in a relationship, then I think it would be nice to go with a date, whereas if you're not, I don't think you should find a date just for the sake of it. I think going with your friends makes a more enjoyable memory in the future. Was it majorly expensive? Did you do your own makeup and hair, or did you have everything done professionally? I did have everything done professionally, but I sort of did it like on a budget. I just went to my local hair salon, which I was going to at the time to get my hair cut, and I didn't have a really well-known makeup artist. I just had one that worked in connection with the salon. So the actual process of getting ready wasn't too expensive. For me, the expensive part was the dress, which my grandma and granddad kindly bought for me. But obviously you don't have to go for an expensive dress. There is also a video coming up about that this week. And looking back at it, I was really happy that I had my hair done, because there's no way I could have done to my hair what that woman did to it. I do wish I'd done my own makeup, because I was decent at makeup. I wasn't the best, but I could do it, and I knew which foundation shade matched my skin, which was the big issue for me, is that she used the wrong shade of foundation. I looked quite orange, and she just did like a standard glam look, which didn't suit me. I had really silvery eyes, and I should have had a warmer colour on my eyes because I have blue eyes. The foundation did look a bit patchy, and I just think to a certain extent I could have done a job as good as that. So it all sounds well and good going to a professional, but I think you definitely need to look into it, because once you add the prices up, it can add up to be a bit pricey, and if you're not happy with the result, obviously you can't do much about it. Sophie says, what did you do the day before prom/prom preparation? So obviously I had a spray tan, so I needed to exfoliate, moisturise everything, prep my body for a spray tan. That was the biggest thing really, because if you don't prep for a spray tan, it's going to look so patchy. And then other than that, I don't think there was too much prep. I think I probably did my eyebrows. I've always done my eyebrows myself, so I probably waxed and tinted them. I probably tinted my eyelashes as well. It was so long ago that I can't remember the week before, but I know I definitely got a spray tan, sorted out little bits like eyelashes and eyebrows. But I think just making sure that you have a rough idea of the makeup you want to do or the makeup you want to get done. If you're getting your hair done professionally, likely you will have had a hair trial a few weeks before your prom, just to check that you're happy with the hairstyle and things like that. So you haven't really got to worry too much about hair. I would say get your clutch bag ready and everything you want to take with you. Hint hint, Wednesday's video. But you don't really want to be rushing that last minute and doing it just before prom, like I did. But there really isn't too much preparation. Just make yourself feel nice, maybe do your toenails, do your nails, whatever, just to make yourself feel confident. I don't know what this was. And the final question is, was it fun? And is it such a big deal as everyone makes out? It was fun. To an extent. Was a bit of an anticlimax, I'm not gonna lie. My prom was at my school, in my school hall, and I think that was a big factor in why it didn't feel that special. There was also a buffet, but no one really wanted to eat or drink because obviously we all had our dresses on and we were worried about spilling things down our dresses. Also, my dress was so tight that I could barely breathe, so I couldn't really eat anyway. About 50% of my year danced, the other 50% sat and chatted. I did a bit of a mixture, but I just spent my night with Leanne and I really enjoyed it. But I think if I hadn't spent my night with Leanne, I wouldn't have enjoyed it so much. So it's definitely the people that make prom fun rather than actually prom itself. And is it a big deal? I think it feels like a really big deal leading up to it, but once you're actually there, it just feels normal. I think generally prom is what you make it. If you spend it with friends, if you dance, if you have fun, if you enjoy yourself, you take pictures, then yeah, it is going to be as a big deal as everyone makes it out. It is entirely down to you and how you choose to spend your prom experience, really. So that is all for this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful to some of you. Remember to look out every day on this channel at 5 PM for a new prom video. The videos I have coming up are a bit more precise, so about dresses, about essentials, about makeup, so do keep your eyes peeled for those. And make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell so you can get a notification every day of when I upload. But anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!